All right, sis.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pumla Ngesi. I'm from Duncan Village. My mind is like boiling. There's a lot that has been said here, and it really ngifuna ukuyibeka kakuhle ndiyivele nto. Iyacingisa. Congratulations on your book, Butsongezo. I don't know you. I have no background work on you that I know. So whatever I'm saying here is based on what you've just said. Nencwadi lena andikayifundi. My questions for you before ndithethe enye into endifuna uyithetha. Uyandichallenge kanti obana ndiyazisola uba kutheni ze ndibe lapha. Honestly, I left politics usweleka kukasibari wam Eric Mtonga.
Yeah, I remember.
What my cousin and I went through yandenza ndayivala incwadi yepolitics. Being a former political detainee at the age of 16. So I have stories zoba ke ndingumntana seDuncan Village and politics. So for years ndayivala ichapter yepolitics. I wanted nothing to do with politics. Partly for izizathu ezininzi. So the reason why ndisithi ndiyazisola in inverted commas ngokuza apha, I feel like I'm being challenged in another area of my life that I've buried for years. Kange ndoba ndabalekela evangelini. I'm a preacher.
Uyasindisa mama.
Because I believe that I was running away from this thing. Politic. I even said I'll never marry a politician. That's, I don't know whether it's a case that I spoke over my life or whatever. It's because of that experience. Yokuphila lampilo yala system. Now I'm sitting here. I'm a teacher by profession, and I have plus minus 28 years working experience. I've spent 12 and a half years in the classroom as a primary school teacher, and I've spent 14 years as a community development specialist. I've spent 2 years unemployed. I'm still unemployed. Umbuzo wami ke uthi, here is your book, and to me it sounds like a concept that needs to be implemented. That's how it sounds to me. What's your plan? Who do you have in mind as your implementing agents for what you've written there? Where do we go from here? Earlier on, noMamfene, ndiphakwe sasitishi sikaMamfene noDabane. Siyathetha ndithi kuye, we need African solutions for African problems. We need Eastern Cape solutions for Eastern Cape problems. That conversation was sparked by the culture of conferences. I'm sorry to say this, I hate conferences. I'm sorry to say that.
I see a fun.
I hate a gathering that has nothing to implement when we leave the room. I don't want to be part with that. If there is no plan to implement, then bekusenzo londo yenziwayo. My last employment, I was a training manager. And the program we were implementing, basically implemented up at Buffalo City. And the plan was straightforward, and it was working. Ufika kwam ndingene kubo as a community mobilization officer. And I saw firsthand how to mobilize a community and bring it to where you want it to be. It's doable. That is why I'm asking you, I'm challenging you. Usiphathele le nto apha Eastern Cape. I'm not going to lament about how the Eastern Cape is end. I'm not there. Speak up from here. And lastly, ndifuna ukuthi a leader for me, it's somebody who answers people's problems every day. It is somebody who changes people's lives. That's a leader for me. And I do that every day as okay, they call us religious people, religious leaders. Fine, I'll settle for that so that ndibe correct. But be politically correct, okay? So I guess what I'm trying to say is the people you are going to walk and work with such that there's voter education, such that there's the much needed political education, such that there's active citizenry, are the people who care about the problems of this province. Find those people and you've got your team. Uba bendishumayela benza enza laa nto enziwa nguDavide.
Nyuka.
You know, I love my leader, uYesu Kristu, because he was a problem solver. That's why I follow him and his principles. uYesu Kristu zange afike endaweni ashiye iproblem angayisolvanga. Wayesolve neye-tax noba iyokhutshwa emlonyeni wefish. But he was a problem solver. So I believe in this province, look for problem solvers and you won't go wrong. Look for people who care about people, who know what's happening on the ground. Your mobilization kind of people. And people who abangakhathaliyo noba babhalwanga ndawo after the work has been done. You're looking for those people. Then if you have those people, work will be done and others will join in. And Shumael.
Engos.
I think Umguni is smiling because this is what we are trying to do, exactly as you say. I think the reason at Rivonia Circle we don't come alone without the kind of people that you're talking about is because the work that needs to be done after needs to be done by the people who are going to feel the change where they are. The only thing I will say is this, with respect to you and anyone you know, because we had a democracy, we didn't have a democracy builder here. We say Alice, which is this kind of work, is that we will come back and do it here. And it is exactly this kind of work that you are talking about, because it's that fundamental change. And we create a culture that is different. So, benkenda buzwa pangu mnganamu dabano basifuni stage na up. And we said no. We don't want a stage because there are these subtle things that begin to create a dynamic of power between. So abantu kutebaya addresswa. It's disempowering, that thing, because you're being addressed and so you must listen and go home. We want a different conversation, and that conversation is what's eating you here and what can we do to help you deal with it? Right? And I think if we have that conversation in as many places as possible in South Africa, you change that dynamic. And the politics is different. And it becomes, I think, the kind of politics you'd want to be part of. But we can stay in touch. Uloza, not Dabane, will so that we can talk.
Ngenile. Take two more and then I'll go here. Okay, now Zana. You know when you are now moving towards closure, the hands become more. But we'll take three more. Okay. Yeah, and we move towards some online ones and then closure.
Oh, it's gone on.